Update time. Hi.
Hi.
We're doing some crazy travel thing that I still don't know how I feel about.
Yes. Yeah.
By the time you're seeing this, it started.
Probably.
Hopefully we're somewhere warm, because there's snow outside right now.
Yep.
Anyway, some stuff has changed. What's changed? Yes, the 12, 13, 18 months of desired international that continued to grow has been shrunk down forcibly to 2.
Yes. We're mainly staying in the United States, 48 continental for majority of the time, and then taking some collective vacation days to do our international portion.
Right. So 2 months, maybe more like 1.5. Don't ask where we're going for that part. We have no idea.
Yeah, we haven't really had that conversation at all.
But stick around. Eventually.
Yes. We've been really focused on the packing. The packing's been
packing is hard. And this is different from, no one likes packing when they move. This is totally different. Because this isn't like, everything just has to get from point A to point B by date X. This is... Everything has to... you have to decide what's going with you in the trip, right? We're just taking our vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, obviously, that's all we can take.
Yeah.
We have to figure out what that is, what we take, and where the rest goes.
Do you sell it? Do you store it? Do you send it to the in-laws and the parents? Yeah. And one of the fun things to me has been packing the vehicle and finding how we're going to transport everything. Like, you can't put it all in a suitcase. Like, do you get totes? Do you get, how do you do that? And one of the things that we've concluded is you take out the whole entire back seat of our vehicle, which...
becomes another thing you have to move.
Yes. It has to get stored somewhere, too. And it only was held... Your back seat of our SUV was only held in by 4 bolts. And that was really...
4 very tight bolts.
And they're not like your typical set. Like, we had to go to the store just
They're a pretty standard set. It's just that we didn't have a large collection of options.
Yeah, so we had to go hunt those down. And then... we figured out different containers to, map out the space as a result.
Yeah, we're pretty sure we had an absolutely perfect thing, at least in my mind. We had this perfect thing. We did a test fit a couple days ago. We have no idea what our perfect thing was. We can't seem to recreate it. It's still going to work, but it's much different than we thought it was originally.
Yeah. One of the challenges is, where the seat was. We assumed it would be flat.
Yeah, we're really smart.
Yeah. And so it's kind of more of a curved base, and that just makes everything go wonky. So
it's still better than how curved a seat is.
Yeah, or how big.
Although we've had multiple times now that since the seat's been out that we've been like, oh yeah, we can drive you somewhere, and then we're like, oh, actually we can't.
No, but it has been good for moving stuff.
Oh yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, we've moved stuff over the holidays.
What are our box counts at?
We have 26 at your parents'.
Okay.
I don't exactly know how many at mine, but it's a lot less.
I can't look.
I can...
Your parents are farther away.
Yeah. And we have at least 18 more that still need transport.
19. I think 19.
19 that need transported. Plus furniture.
And the furniture that's not selling.
Yeah.
Oh, someone tried to scam us. That was fun.
Oh my gosh.
They've succeeded in the past. I went and searched the email that they sent, and it was like, oh, someone else has reported this as they lost $700. I'm like, yeah, we're not going to pay anyone money to buy our stuff. That's not how that works. But, we weren't quite as smart about it and got a little farther down the pipeline than we would have liked.
Yeah. The answer is 8, and they had
8 what?
8 boxes at my parents', but they hadn't succeeded scamming us in the past, just to clarify.
Right.
They scammed someone else, and there's a whole website dedicated to looking up email addresses.
Yeah.
And you were able to find all this information.
Yeah, I just copied the email address and pasted it in Google, and it took me to this other site, and where it was listed as a scam thing.
Yeah.
So I signed up and also reported it. And I added pictures of some of the crafty things that they tried. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
What else has changed? Anything?
I don't know. I think the travel plan was the biggest change, and figuring out where we're storing stuff has been the biggest hurdle.
Yeah, that's been fun.
Yeah.
What else? What are you? Is what you're most excited for changed because the travel plan has changed so much?
Not a little bit, because I was really excited. We had a really good kind of plan in the UK where we would have been working or doing
Yeah,
a
we
work
had found
stay.
a perfect spot for that.
Yeah, to like work there with others who are also just traveling. And now we're doing something called Furnished Finders. That's new.
It's true.
And
What is that?
hold on. So I think what I'm more excited about is now like going to other parts of the country, and I also did like a conference with this club called All 50 Club. It's for visiting all 50 states. I don't think we're achieving that on this trip, but I think we're gonna cross off a lot of stuff.
That's not currently the plan.
No,
by any means.
but it's gonna give us to more areas that we hadn't
Right,
before.
it's still going to be a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have a map. We have a. This is planned. It's still out. Look, we have a fancy scratch off map. You can kind of see how bland it is. So this is of the national parks.
And state parks. We've been to some of the other states that aren't scratched off. But
we've been to the states, but we haven't visited a state park
that's our
in
requirement.
those states. That's how we visit a state park together.
Yeah, to cross it off.
Yeah.
How about you? What are you most excited for at this point?
I'm just doing my best to not be terrified. It's just a lot. I'm scared that it's going to feel like a lot. I'm hopeful that a month is long enough. I feel like what's going to happen is I'll finally be comfortable somewhere, and then we're going to leave. I'm hoping that comfort level goes up faster, but it'll be good. It'll be exciting to just experience new areas. We had a good time. Last year we spent a week in Utah. A very different kind of week, but a week nonetheless. And that was good. So this will be, like that, but slower pace, thankfully. And just to, appreciate the differences.
Yeah. And you mentioned that we're planning to stay at places for about a month at a time. I don't think that's changed, but I mentioned Furnished Finders being one of the ways that we plan to stay. If you haven't heard of it before, it's a lot like Airbnb, but it's designed for professionals. So you are incentivized to stay for a whole entire month, and it's more cost effective. It's slightly furnished. You can stay longer than a month, but you have to negotiate that with like your landlord kind of thing. So that's one of the major ways we plan to stay. Probably some Airbnbs too. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, right now, we're living out of suitcases.
Yes.
Which is interesting experience. It's not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah, and we're still like here. We haven't left yet.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so it's like we had to slim down though. Again, it was figure out what we're taking, and send the rest away somewhere.
Yep. Start getting down to what we'll actually live out of when we get to a place.
Yeah. It'll be good. How much are you gonna? So our first destination is not a full month.
No.
It's 2 weeks and then 2 weeks in 2 different places, not that far from each other. But how much are you gonna unpack for the first month? Are you gonna go all out for 2 weeks?
I was really opposed. Like, he's been living out of a suitcase already for like a month longer than me. I was like shoving things into cubes and like trying to make it resemble a dress.
She wanted it to be organized.
It was not.
One of the cubes had shirts. One time she asked me to get her a shirt. I'm like, oh, okay. I pulled one shirt out on the top of the pile. The whole rest of the cube fell out.
Yeah. But so then for like last week or two, I have actually been fully living out of the suitcase with like organizers and stuff. I've been very impressed how nice and organized it is and like livable. Like I might do that, especially because we're for 2 weeks.
Right, it's that 2 week thing that like, is it worth moving everything to a dresser or to like what'll feel like a week later, put it all back in the suitcase.
Yeah.
It'll be different when we're somewhere for a full month.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. We probably need like a foldable hamper.
To like keep things organized.
Yeah, this is a thing that I just realized we were missing.
Yeah, that's one of the downfalls.
Like dirty clothes will be a problem. Like right now they just go straight in the washer, but that may not be an option.
Yeah, some places we stay.
And that's where, like, especially when we do other travel, you struggle because dirty clothes don't have a home. A pile on the ground is not a home for dirty clothes.
No, it's not.
Apparently. If it's a weekend, I think it's fine. But no, I'm wrong.
No.
Very wrong on that one.
We're guessing someone else's home.
If it's a hotel, is it okay?
More so. Not great, but still more so.
Interesting. Anything else you feel the need to say to the peoples? When approximately can they look for another update?
Probably within a month or about a month. We want to try and do kind of a recap every month or every 2 weeks. We're still trying to figure out what this will look like, but we want to keep you guys in the loop as we do that.
We also are looking into starting a community within the Christian Travelers Network platform, right, which would get even more information, more real-time information, because this is going to be delayed, because there may be some minor editing. Probably not. Who knows? Editor, if you edit something out, you should put it here.
If it's edited out, you'll know. Or not.
For other additional reasons, it'll be delayed. But if you want more up-to-date, go join Christian Travelers Network. The doors are not open right now, but get on that waiting list and get in here. And we're going to have a great time. We're building a huge community. We're offering places for people to post not only about their trips, but to create new trips, to find people to travel with on some of those trips. So, like, if you don't like going on a trip alone, this is your area. You need to come here. You want to go on this trip? Let's get you in. Yes,
absolutely. It's a great place to network and experience God's creation with other believers. And as Josh was saying, we're going to be there's communities and there's trips within the platform. We'll be starting a community to have some kind of monthly conversation and answer any questions live that you have about our adventures. So stay tuned for that.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to have a great time. All right. Until next time.
Safe travels.
Safe travels.